This is Tanya Briz Malone back with another YouTube video. So today, I'm at the park again. It's freezing here. Of course, you gotta sit in my truck. I want to be a long, long time with the Lord like I always do on my days off. This is Saturday. I think today's the 30th of November or something like that. Hope y'all had a blessed Thanksgiving, like I've already said. I'll show y'all my fit, then I'll go into, nothing major I got on. I got my Adidas hoodie that I haven't wore yet, and this toboggan I showed y'all yesterday, and I got my black Adidas sweatpants and my Adidas shoes. I went through some of these shoes in my back seat, and I felt like the Lord leaning on me to get rid of some of those, so I'm going to donate them to the Hands of Hope on next Wednesday, because I was going to donate them today, and I was in the middle of making a video, and I said, I'm going to take them down today, but they're not open today. They're closed to the 2nd of December. They closed down for like a little over a week due to the holiday season, for Thanksgiving, so people could be, the people that work there can be with their families, which is understandable. And I'm going to show y'all what I'm going to donate the next time I go down there Wednesday, because I won't be off again after tomorrow until Wednesday and Thursday next week, because next week's my long week, so... I've already showed y'all this blanket, but I'm going to show it again, and I'm going to show you what all I'm going to donate. And there's 3 pairs of shoes that are brand new, I've never wore, that I'm going to give to them. Because y'all, when I get new stuff, I got to get rid of stuff, and I don't just buy stuff just to buy stuff. I mean, I was going to wear these shoes, but I really felt on the Lord leaning on me to donate them. So it'll be Wednesday before I can, because they're not open right now. They won't be open until the 2nd of December, so... This blanket that I probably already showed y'all, but I'm going to show it again. It's a blanket that I got for $10. I'm going to donate it. But like I said, it'll be Wednesday before I can donate it, because they're not open till Monday, and I have to work Monday and Tuesday. So I got that from Walmart for $10. I've had that for 3 or 4 weeks in my car. I've never took it down there. Now, these are the shoes, and I've already showed y'all these shoes, but they're brand new. I've never worn them. I want to donate them. They are a size 8.5 in the women's, and I paid $24.99 for them. And, yeah, I like these shoes, and I probably would have worn them, but I want to give them to somebody who needs them, and so I'm going to donate those. These shoes, I think I might have worn them one time, because there's a little bit of dirt on them. I've worn them maybe once, and they're a Puma shoe. They're Pumas too, and I got them for I think $25 or something like that, or $30. Go and donate those. And I wore these shoes one time, but they're a size 10, so they fit me, but they're a little big. You know what I mean? I usually wear a size 8 to an 8.5 in a shoe, and depending on what shoe it is, sometimes I can wear a 9. It depends. But these are a size 10, and they're in the women's. I'm pretty sure they're women's. They're Pumas too. All of them Pumas, and they're made of suede, obviously. They're a nice looking shoe, don't get me wrong, but they're just a little bulky on my feet because they're too big, and I got them for $35 when I bought them, and I'm going to donate them shoes when I go down there. Pretty nice looking shoe, match about anything, because it's a tan colorway. They will match a lot. Those Nitro shoes I'm going to get rid of, because I feel like they're not going to match a whole lot of stuff, but if somebody comes in there with no shoes, it'll be a blessing to them, So, they're not going to worry about whether it matches the fit. They just want their feet to be warm, So, I only wore them one time, and so I'm going to give them away. And these are brand new. I've never worn them. I really like the shoe, but I think that it'll bless somebody. So, that's what I'm going to donate Wednesday when I go down to take my donation down. And that's what I had that I'm going to donate. And I got 2 other shoes I want to show y'all that I'm thinking about donating. I don't know, but one pair is a mid Jordan. I think it's a mid. I've had them for a while. Actually, they would probably... they're a 7 youth. And they're... I'm thinking... No, they're a Jordan 1 Retro High OG. They're not a mid, they're a high. I've had these for a while. They're a little bit yellow under here, because y'all know these clear see-through soles, they get yellow sometimes, but I think it's just more dirt than anything. I've had these shoes for a while, but I don't know if I really want to get rid of them, because I think that they will match a lot of stuff. It's 7 youth, and they are an OG high. And, yeah, I kind of like these. I've had them for a long time. I really have. I've had them for probably 4, 5, 6 years. And they're still in a fairly nice condition. They got that accents on them. I actually got these on sale when I bought them. I think I got them for like 80 bucks when I bought them. And then I got, which they're not in the original box. These are Timberland boots that I actually paid $100 some for. Trying to get them out, y'all, because I don't have the original box they came in, but I'll show y'all the boots. And I don't think these have ever been worn. I don't think they ever have. They're a Timberland boot. And I was thinking about debating about giving them away, but I don't know if I'm going to or not. But I don't know if this is really, if this is suede or if this is nubuck or what exactly material is. It's on these, and they got extra shoestrings. Well, I guess they're extra shoestrings. And then these are, the shoestrings are made of leather, these are, and then these, I don't know what you call that, but they're extra set of shoestrings. Yeah, I mean, they're brand new. I've never worn them. I've had these boots for 5 or 6 years. They're brand new in the box. I've never worn them on the pavement because they're not even dirty on the bottom. And they are a size, let me see, y'all. They're a size 6.5 in the men's. But yeah, those are nice boots. And I don't know if I'm going to get rid of them or not because I really need to wear them. And winter's coming up, and these are nice boots. Yeah, they're pretty nice. And I just wanted to show y'all these because I probably showed them way back when I used to do shoe and clothing reviews. But these are brand new. They have never been worn on the pavement. And I don't know how much I gave for them, but I don't even have the original box they came in. But I got them in a Nike box. But yeah, these I think I'm going to keep because I know I can wear them and they're boots. And these are dope. You know what I mean? I gave probably 100 and... Anyway, I don't know if I got them on sale for 80 bucks or if I got them for $100, $120. But I know these kind of Timberland boots are expensive. And yeah, they're dope. So I'm going to put them back up. But I'm debating on whether I want to donate these or not. I might and I might not. I mean, they're a pretty expensive shoe and I probably will wear them. But yeah, I used to have a lot of shoes, y'all. Before I left out my trailer, I had a lot of shoes. I've told y'all about that. But anyway, let me put this back up and I'll get back to the video, y'all. But yeah, those high OGs there, they're low leather, so they're a nice looking boot, or nice looking shoe. I thought they was a mid, but yeah, they're a high OG. But I think I got them on sale when I bought them online. I think I gave like 80 bucks for them, maybe. I don't know, I can't remember, but I've had them for a while, and they're still in good shape, even though they've been worn several times. I wore them shoes several times. But they're not creased, they're still in good shape, and I'll probably wear them. But I don't know about getting rid of them 2 pairs of shoes. I gave a lot of money for them, and I'll probably wear them. But I did show you what I was going to get rid of, and those 3 pairs of shoes I showed you, they're all new. One of them's brand new. I've never worn them, and the other 2 pair I only wore one time. So, and like I said, I like the Vans and everything, but they're a dope shoe. I only gave $35 for them. That's a steal. But they was a size 10 and they're a little bit too big on my foot. They're probably about this much too big for me. So, I usually wear 8 to 8.5. And if it's a man's shoe, I can wear a kid size 7 and some Jordans and some shoes. So I basically am going to give them away to somebody else because I know somebody could use them. And I've probably got $75, $80 in those 3 pairs of shoes there. Because one pair I gave $25 for, them Pumas, and they're all Pumas. And I like Pumas, you know what I mean? I think I gave $25 to $35 a pair for each one. And I've only worn them other 2 pairs one time a piece. So there's nothing wrong with them. I don't have athlete's foot. Somebody would be glad to get them. It would be a blessing to them. So I'm just going to get rid of them because I got a lot of shoes in the back of my seat. And I got to get rid of some stuff. So, and then what better way than to give it to your local community to help your community, I always say give back to your community. Sometimes when you don't have money to donate stuff and you have stuff laying around in your house that you're not using, and some of it could be brand new with tags on it that you ain't never wore, give it to somebody who could use it, Because sometimes we hoard too much stuff. God says sometimes we hoard too much stuff and we're not using it, so we need to give it to people who need it. You may think you're going to wear it, but if you ain't worn it in all this time, you're probably not going to wear it. You might as well give it to somebody who can use it. You don't have to have money to donate stuff because a lot of times we can go through our closets and get rid of stuff we know we're not wearing. I mean, God blesses us in so many ways. I'm going to put my sun visor over here because I can't see anything for the sun. It is really bright. Yeah, I'm just on here chopping it up with y'all. Just let y'all know what I'm going to donate. And them other 2 shoes, I may donate them. But the thing of it is, I ain't worn them in a long time because I had so many pairs of shoes back when I lived in my trailer. There wasn't no way I had time to wear them all. You know what I mean? I worked 6-7 days a week most of the time when I lived there. So, I mean, having the time to wear them all, you know, when you get too many shoes, you know, and you ain't got enough days in the year to wear them all. And you got, you know, because when you go to work, you mostly wear whatever you wear for work and your work shoes. And, you know, it's hard to make the time. But now that I got a job where I'm off half the year, I can wear more of my stuff. But I mean, I usually wear all my stuff, but them boots I had never wore. You know, them Timberland boots are brand new. I've had them in the box for 5 or 6 years, and I've never worn them. And they're brand new, and they still look as good today as they did when I got them. But now when it comes to Jordan shoes, if you leave Jordan shoes sit around and don't wear them, they're going to crack and everything else, especially the Jordan 3s and the Jordan 4s and the Jordan 2s. You know, if you leave them in the box for very long and you don't never wear them, they're going to crack and fall apart and everything. So I'm not real big. I mean, I used to have a lot of Jordan shoes, but it's just like these Jordan 5s back here. I've never worn them but once or twice. But they got suede on them. I mean, I like suede shoes. It's just that in the wintertime when it snows and rains and stuff, you can't wear it unless you got some kind of water repellent on them or it'll ruin them. I'm sitting here watching the birds fly in the sky. You know, they're probably going to be going south for the winter here shortly, probably. You know, just taking the time to look at the beauty in the sky, the beauty of what Christ created, you know. And I'm going to let the Lord, you know, give us some time for the Lord to speak to me and let me know what I'm to speak of. And I'm pretty sure I know what the Lord wants me to speak of. There's people that I know that probably watch my channel that they may be homeless. And some people may say, well, why are you speaking to the homeless? Because if they're homeless, they don't have a phone, they don't have internet. But God says that homeless people do have access to internet. Some people, especially over in the United States, because, you know, they can go, you know, they can have internet access by going to the local library. Because a lot of people, I've seen homeless people in the library before here in town because they can sit there on the computer and surf the internet and stay warm for what business hours they're open. So I've seen a homeless person in a library before, and I donated a blanket and I donated them a jacket. I gave them the jacket off my back. So my thing is, you can always help somebody, even if you don't spend money. You can still help the homeless when you see somebody. And God says they do have internet access because some people have phones. They can have phones, you know what I mean? Because the government gives away free phones to people who do not have a phone, you know? So they can get internet off of it. They can get Wi-Fi when they go into restaurants or anything. They can walk as if they live here in town and they're homeless. They can go into the restaurants and stay warm. And there's Wi-Fi inside of McDonald's and Walmart and other places. So I'm hoping this reaches globally, my videos, you know, because I want to reach the homeless. I want to reach the lost. I want to help people. And so this is my way of helping by donating to my local community. I try to help out. I haven't given anything down there for 3 or 4 weeks because I just haven't, you know. But God said, you know, you need to start taking some stuff down there because I ain't had the money just to spend to take down there. So I'm looking through the stuff which I have bought and that I'm probably not going to wear that I could do without to help for somebody else. Because right now, it's wintertime. It's cold weather. You know, so we want to think about the homeless, definitely, because God loves the homeless. God loves all people. And so, you know, so I'm going to donate that stuff that I showed y'all, which is 3 pairs of shoes, anywhere from a size 10 to a size 8.5, and somebody will be blessed by that. You know, they're not worried about whether the shoes match their clothes because they're more worried about having a pair of shoes on their feet to keep their feet warm. So they'll be blessed to have a pair of them. They're not going to care what color they are. But anyway, I know 1 pair's got suede on them, but the other 2 pair don't. 1 pair's brand new, never even worn them. And I got those shoes for a good amount of money. I got all 3 pairs for less than $80. You know. So, it is what it is. And I did wear 2 pairs of them one time, but I can depart with them because I've got many of shoes. You know what I mean? So I can help others. But what I'm going to speak of today is I'm going to speak of God's love, but I'm also going to speak about the resources and where you can go. If you live in my town, because I don't know about other towns, but a lot of other towns, you can get help if you're home. If you have a home, let's say I'm going to speak to you on this. If you have a home, you have an address, and you need food stamps, you can sign up at the welfare office in your town, and you can get food stamps. There is some programs, if you have a place and you're behind on your utilities, there is places like Lincoln Valley and places like that that'll help with heat, electric, and water, I think, some places. I don't have a whole lot of I don't know of a whole lot of things, but I know in my town here in Maysville, Kentucky, they have a place for people who don't have anything, and it's called Hands of Hope. Y'all have heard me speak of it a lot on my channel. I donate down there. I donate shoes. I donate undergarments. I donate socks, jackets, whatever. You know what I mean? I've donated a lot of stuff down there. So I donate to my local community to try to give back to my community. And Hands of Hope, if you live here in Maysville, Hands of Hope has, and say you're just somebody who's passing through and you need something. You need a coat, you need a blanket, you need a pair of shoes, or you need something and you don't have the money to buy it. And maybe you're hungry and you stop by and have a bite to eat or something. Hands of Hope does that every day that they're open. They're usually open on Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. They're closed on Wednesdays and Sundays because of church services. And they are church-affiliated community. And, they will give you a free bag of clothes. You come in, give you a free pair of shoes if you need a pair, and there's something to eat in there every day. And that they're open. And they're usually open from 10 to 2 on Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And sometimes maybe only to 1. It just depends on who they have that's able to go down there and open up the shop. Them people down there don't get paid for their time when they're down there. So if you go in, show respect to them. There's a very good facility. I have a few one local church that I know for sure that helps out. If you're out there and you live in the Maysville area, I'm speaking to you because I know that other towns and states probably have advocate programs for people who like AA help. People who are, if you're on drugs and you want to get off of that and you need help. My local church here, if you live in Maysville, it's called I'm trying to think. It's called a community church. I'm trying to think of exactly what it's called. But I know there's an outreach church downtown on the east end of Maysville, Kentucky, that does that helps people that's on drugs get off drugs and get off alcohol and stuff like that. And it's an outreach program. And I can't remember the name of the church, but I do know they call it outreach. And you can even go down to the Hands of Hope, and they'll guide you. If you go down there, it's on the east end of Maysville, Kentucky. I'm talking to people that live in my local town, if anybody watches me. But I'm assuming most people that watch me are probably out of town, but I'm trying to give y'all resources to where you can go for help if you're an alcoholic, if you're a recovering alcoholic, if you're somebody who wants to get off drugs and stuff. These programs can help with that. The Hands of Hope is a good place to go if you need resources to know what church to go to, because there are a few churches in town who have a meal every week on a Tuesday, and there's another church that I told you about. It's got an outreach program that they have everything. Theirs is on Tuesday, and the community church one is on, it's called Cross Point Community Church, I think. And it's out on the double A. And it's right past, if you're coming from towards Maysville from off the double A, it's right there on the left-hand side if you're coming into Maysville. It's in a blue building, and it's called, I'm pretty sure it's called Crossroad Community Church, Cross Point Church. And every Thursday they have a meal, and it's for people with mental issues, people recovering from mental health problems, people recovering from alcohol and drugs. They have a free meal every Thursday. And then the outreach church downtown, I'm not for sure what the name of that church is, but they call it outreach. Every Tuesday they have a meal and a get-together for people who have mental issues. Anybody, it don't matter. You don't have to have a mental issue or nothing. You need a meal. They have a meal every Tuesday. And I think it starts at like 6 o'clock. Don't hold me to that. But if you go down to the Hands of Hope on the East End and you know where that is, I don't know the address. But next time I make a video, I'll put that, I'll try to, get the address for y'all. And it's right downtown there on the East End. As you're coming into the East End, it's on the right-hand side. It's in a green building. And they give away meals on the days they're open. They give away clothes, a free bag of clothes. If you need a jacket or a blanket, some of their stuff's new, but a lot of their stuff's used, but it's clean. And, you can get a blanket or clothes or shoes or a free meal if you need that. That helps a whole lot, especially people that's homeless with no money, and they don't charge you for it. Now, they do have some stuff like Nike, Adidas, name brand stuff like that. They'll sell for $1 or $3 a piece or something like that to try to raise money to keep the doors open. Because as you well know, just like a church, they have to have money to pay the rent and pay the utilities in the building. Because it's a charity what they do. And their rent's probably pretty high a month that they have to pay. So, they will sell some stuff in there, but for a cheap discounted price if it's name brand to try to raise money to pay the rent and the utilities. They have to have money for that, y'all. So everything's not free, but mostly it is. You know what I mean? For people who don't have no money, they'll give it to you for free. But some of their name brand stuff, they'll keep to sell a little bit of it for $1 or $2, $3. So that way they can make some money to pay the rent on the building and pay the utilities. As y'all well know, nothing's completely free all the time. They get donations from people to help pay their rent and their utilities. They take donations. And if you're somebody out there who is willing and you have plenty of money and you have extra and you want to give back, give it to the Hands of Hope. Donate it to them to help pay their rent and their utilities. Because God says that is good. It's just like helping a church if you tithe. You know what I mean? If you tithe to the church. And people will complain because churches don't pay taxes. Churches is a charitable thing, basically. They should not be taxed. And even if we, the people out here, are taxed for our property, they're doing a charitable deed. You know what I mean? I've been seeing a lot of stuff on the internet where people think that churches are to pay taxes. And they may pay taxes in a way on some things they do. I don't know. But most of what they do are charitable stuff. You know what I mean? And I don't think they should have to pay taxes. You know what I mean? Because they're doing stuff for the good of their community, So, it ain't no different donating to anything. God said whether you donate to your church, whether you donate to the homeless, God sees that as tithing. Tithing, helping the poor, helping the ones that need help, regardless if it's a church or whatever it is. You may not go to church, but you're a Christian, but you can donate to your community if you have the extra money to do that. But if you do not, God knows that there's something in your closet or a meal or something that you could fix to help your homeless people. There's other things out here you can do to help people without spending money. It may be something you already have in your house. God says He wants you to give back to your community. You could, and the Hands of Hope will take they will take any kind of donations. They'll take furniture, they'll take TVs, they'll take remotes, they'll take whatever, as a donation. Any kind of clothes, any kind of shoes, anything like that. It could be anywhere from baby's clothes to adult clothes to teenage clothes, anything. They take all kinds of stuff down there. They're not going to take your bags of trash out of your house, no, but they will take stuff that, you have, because there's a lot of people that sometimes need beds, mattresses, or anything like that, as long as they're clean. Don't donate something down there that's got bed bugs in it. You definitely don't want to do that. That's not something you should do. If you got to, and I feel like I need to speak that on this channel because I feel like there's people out there that'll donate stuff like that. You don't never do that. God does not want you to do that. If you are not a clean person and you got bugs in your house and you got cockroaches and you got bed bugs and all that, don't be donating nothing to people. Because people don't need that. Because the thing of it is, a lot of times homeless people are susceptible to that type of stuff, or people who don't have a lot, and people will donate stuff that's got stuff in it they don't need to do. That's really stupid. That's ignorant. Don't do that. If your stuff is not clean, then do not donate it. Throw it in the trash. Do not donate it to somebody giving them something, because when people don't have a lot of money and you're donating stuff like that that's got bugs and shit in it, that ain't good to do that, because that costs them more money to have to get rid of stuff out of their property. You don't do that. There's people out there who do shit like that. Don't do that. If you're not a clean person and you got bugs in your house, don't be donating stuff to the community. Don't be donating stuff when you need to get rid of that out of your house. Because poor people are susceptible to that kind of stuff, because sometimes they need used furniture. If it's not clean, don't give it to somebody when you know it's not clean. You do not do that. And I'm just speaking about that because I know there's a lot of people out here who have bugs in their house, and you don't donate stuff to people if you're not a clean person. Do not do that. If you even if you are a clean person, you happen to get bugs in your house, don't donate stuff that you know's got stuff in it so somebody else has to spend thousands of dollars to get rid of it out of their place or out of a charitable building who tries to give back to the homeless. Do not do that. And I feel like I need to speak up about that. And I'm not being mean. I'm just saying, don't do that. There's people that could live out here in a clean place and live in an apartment, and maybe they got bugs from the neighbors, because when you live in apartment complexes, that happens. And it's not your fault, but don't be donating your stuff just because you're trying to get rid of it and give it to somebody else so they have to take it home and deal with it. Because people with no money don't have money to do that. You know what I mean? They just need some clean donated stuff, not dirty stuff. You could go to your local, if you don't have a lot of money, you could go to your local Dollar Tree and they sell toboggans. They're good, sell toboggans. It don't have to be name brand. It don't have to be name brand for you to help somebody. They sell dollar gloves. Probably, I don't know if they sell scarves, but they sell gloves. They sell toboggans for $1.25 a piece. If you don't have a lot of money, go there. You could spend $10 and bring gloves and toboggans in for them. You don't have to go spend a bunch of money to donate to somebody else. As long as it's something to keep them warm, they'll be appreciative to have it. Whatever it is. Or if, say, you want to donate money, go down to the Hands of Hope and write a check out to them and give it to them as a charitable donation. You could probably write it off on your taxes, what you did to help somebody, What I'm saying is there's a way you can help people even if you don't have any money. You can donate stuff that you got hoarded in your house, and God says there's a lot of people got stuff hoarded in their house. God says he does not like you hoarding stuff to help others. Because so many people are hoarding so many things. You got so much of one thing, but you won't help out your fellow neighbor. Your fellow brothers and sisters in Christ who need help. God says there's a lot of people out here with mental illness who have it pretty bad. Who it's hard for them to keep a job. Who they need help. Help out your fellow neighbor. I'm always helping people, y'all. I just helped my buddy the other day. He didn't talk to me for 2.5 months. He needed cigarettes. I bought him cigarettes. He needed money to pay his phone bill. I gave him money to pay his phone bill. Hopefully he used the money for that. He's not on drugs. He don't drink. He's not saved. He don't believe in the Lord, really. He says he does, but he don't. But I still pray for him, He helped me out when I didn't have a job, buying me cigarettes and everything else when I never asked him to, but he did it out of the kindness of his heart. So I'm trying to help him, Help people who need help. But you don't want to let people run over top of you as far as using you for what you have, and they don't want to get out there and try to look for a job. You know what I mean? But your homeless people out here, sometimes it's hard for them to find a job. They don't have an address. They don't live anywhere, so it's hard for them to find a job. When you fill out an application, they want an address, a phone number. Some people don't even have a phone. But I'm trying to reach out to the people and let them know that there is certain things that you can look into for free tablets and free phones that the government gives to people when they have no money. There are places out there that will help you. Say you have a place and you have utilities, you need help, you're behind on them, and there's places that will help you a little bit. They may not pay at all, but they'll try to help you. There are resources out there. Lincoln Valley is one of them. Your local KTAP. There's KTAP out there. You can sign up for welfare if you've never drawn it before. You can only draw it 5 years out of your life, but KTAP's at your welfare office. Every town has a welfare office. I don't know where they're all located. I know where the one in my town's located at. It's downtown on the west end of Maysville, but I know I've drawn KTAP before, but I drawed it for 5 years, couldn't draw it no more after that. My kid was young, and I couldn't keep a babysitter. I've been through some stages in my life. I tell y'all about my life because I know I've been there. I've been down when I ain't had nothing. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to reach the ones out there and give you resources to where you can go to get help. And if say you're a single mother and you don't have no money coming in, there's KTAP down there to sign up for if you have a child or anything. You know what I mean? You can sign up for KTAP. There's a program through that where you can go to the KCTCS college out here in Maysville where they have a program. It's a ready-to-work program. Ready-to-work program that you can apply for if you sign up for KTAP and you don't have a job right now. You can sign up for KTAP and you can get a federal Pell Grant. A federal Pell Grant is through the government, and if you have a child, they will pay for your schooling. If there's something at the Maysville Community College that you would like to do, I have been in the Ready to Work program before. I'm trying to give out resources to people because some people don't know. Some people don't know this. And if you're listening and you're from Maysville, Kentucky, and I'm speaking to other people because there's probably other states that have it, but I don't know if they do or they don't, but I know there is a federal Pell Grant. If you're a single mother or single father raising your child and you need help going to college, you can go to college and draw KTAP, plus get a gas check a month, plus get food stamps, plus get a medical card on yourself and on your child and however many kids you have. And you can draw KTAP a month. There's a bunch of paperwork you have to fill out, but you know they'll place you on a work placement job, and you will get, like, I used to make $7.50 an hour for so many hours that I worked for my KTAP hours. And if you go to college, it'll pay for you to go to college and all that other stuff. So I want to put that out there too. And you can go to the local community college and ask about that. And, so that's something you can do. I'm trying to throw some resources out there to help the ones who need help. You know what I mean? Because I've been there. I know. So God wants me to speak of it. He wants me to speak of it to help the ones who don't know. Because believe it or not, there are people out there who don't know of these programs. There are programs out there to help you pay your utility bills. Maybe not pay it all, but they'll try to help you pay some of it. And that beats nothing. And some of them may pay your utilities for the first month, and then you'll have to try to find you a job somewhere. You know what I mean? They'll help what they can help, because, wintertime's coming on, y'all. We're still in fall, but today is 30-some degrees outside. At least that's what it feels cold. It's pretty nippy. And in other places, like northern states, are probably colder than what this is. But I just want to make sure that y'all know that there is resources here in Maysville, Kentucky, and other states. You will have to look it up on the internet or try to ask people, but there's places out there to help. You got housing. You got housing down on the east end where there's apartments down there that goes by your income. There are apartment complexes that'll go by your income. And if you need a place to live, sometimes they're hard to get into, but you might be put on a waiting list, but it might be, might be something you want to look into. There's a lot of things you can do. Go to the welfare office, sign up for KTAP if you're eligible for it. You can also sign up for a medical card. You can also sign up for food stamps. There's probably places like Lincoln Valley and different things in different states that you can get help with your utility bills, but they only have so much funds, so you might want to get there sooner than later. There's a lot of different things that you can get help with, and I'm just throwing that out there to y'all. And I'm just letting people know there is resources in the world to help you but you got to be willing to sign up for it. You got to be willing to go there to sign up for it. If you're one of these people that you have no gas in your car, you're that broke that you don't even have gas in your car, maybe you have a neighbor, maybe you have a family member, maybe you have somebody who would not mind to give you a ride down there to sign up for those things. I'm just letting y'all know there is resources in the world to help you. There may be people sitting in their house with no car to get anywhere, and they need somebody to take them. Ask your local neighbor. Ask them if they'd mind to give you a ride somewhere. There's people in the world that'll help, but you have to seek the help. You have to try to help yourself. God says you have to try to help yourself. I gave my buddy $40 to go to pay his phone bill, and he said, well, you could have just paid it out of your checking account, which I wasn't thinking. I really wasn't thinking. I knew he had Verizon Wireless, but the thing of it is, it probably would have been simpler for me to pay it, just him called the number and me paid it over the phone with my debit card. But the thing of it is, I wasn't thinking about it because I thought, well, maybe he's got to go to the store and buy a phone card, because I used to have Straight Talk, but I know he has Verizon Wireless, but I didn't know if he had to go buy a phone card and add it on his phone, or if he had a contract with the phone he has or something. I didn't know. All I knew is he had Verizon Wireless, and he said, well, you could have just paid it over the phone. Well, all you got to do is go to the bank and deposit the money, or I'll take you to deposit the money, if you don't have any gas in your car. I went over there yesterday. I thought, well, I didn't pay his bill out of my checking account. I thought, well, I was nice enough to give him some money, so all he's got to do is go to the bank and deposit the money, and then he can come home and put minutes on his phone, pay your bill over the phone or whatever. Even if you ain't got no minutes, you should be able to call the Verizon Wireless number to pay your bill. You should be able to do that, or if anything else, but I thought to myself, maybe I ought to stop by there and see if he needs a ride to the bank, because if he ain't got no gas, he ain't gonna build, and in order for him to look for a job, he's got to have a phone. You can't hardly do without a phone nowadays. I mean, it's either that or you're going to go to the neighbor to see if you can't use their phone, because even if you don't have minutes on your phone, you can still call 911 from a phone, any phone. Because they're not going to make you, that you can still do. But I went over there yesterday, and I got thinking, because I worry about him, because he ain't got no job, and I'm not, he's just my friend. And I thought, well, damn, he's sitting there, but I gave what I could give, you know what I mean? And I can't pay all somebody's bills, because they're going to have to get up and look for a job, you know what I mean? And that's just how it is, because you got to have a job, you won't make it in this world, so he's going to have to try to find him something. But with the holidays, Thanksgiving and all that, he probably figured there's no point in trying to look for a job right now. I'll just wait till after Thanksgiving, then I'll start looking, which I understand that. But, he's got, right now his utilities ain't turned off, but he'll have to probably, if he don't get a job here in the next week or two, he's probably going to have to go down and seek some help at Lincoln Valley or someplace to help him pay his utility bills. Well, like I said, I gave him money for it Thursday when I took him over. My brother, or my son took 2 plates of Thanksgiving dinner over to him. And I took him 4 or 5 bags of food out of my mom's house, because I didn't have any money to go to the store and buy anything at the time, because I didn't get paid till Wednesday. And the only reason I got paid Wednesday is because Thursday was Thanksgiving and no banks or nothing is open on Thanksgiving Day. So I got paid Wednesday. But normally I get paid Thursday. So I took him $40 worth of money over there to pay his phone bill. And then I took him 3 packs of cigarettes. I've probably took him 8 or 9 packs of cigarettes in the last week and a half, but I don't have no more money to buy him any more cigarettes. I got enough money for gas to get to working for my cigarettes, and that's all I got left until I get paid, because as y'all well know, I had 18 hours off my check because I put my back out on the job. So, I'm just now healing of that. So, the thing of it is, I'm getting a little bit better every day trying to do stretch exercises and stuff. And, so, I didn't have a whole lot of money to spend, but I wanted to make sure I can't pay his utility bills, and I can't keep bringing him food over and buying stuff out of my money. No, I'm not going to do that. He can go downtown and sign up for food stamps, but I wanted to make sure, I'll make sure he's got enough food to do him until he can get his food stamp card. He's already got a food stamp card. He just needs to call and sign up for it. And a lot of that stuff you can sign up for over the phone. And there might be a few papers or information they need for you to bring down to the welfare office. But anyway, I rode back over there yesterday, and I said, I knocked on the door, because he still hadn't added his minutes on there. But the banks were open yesterday till 6 o'clock. So I thought, well, I'll go over there and ask if he needs a ride, because I don't know if he's got any gas or not, So I went over there. He answered the door, and he said, I've got gas, Tanya. I said, I didn't know. Do you want me to give you a ride to the bank so you can deposit that money so you can add your minutes on your phone? And he said, no, I'll do it, He never did do it yesterday, and if I call him now, it probably won't even ring, because he won't get out of that house to go deposit the money, Which is not good. When you're depressed, I understand you don't want to do nothing, but you got to get up and do something, y'all. You know what I mean? You can't just lay around forever. You got to make yourself do stuff. And I know that's hard to do, but I was depressed for 7 months, and I worked. I worked for 7 months with the suicidal thoughts and everything when I worked at Berry Global's way back there. Before I went into mania, I finally came up out of depression, but I didn't seek myself no help. I didn't seek myself no help for it. That was my fault. I should have sought myself help. I should have sought myself help, but I was scared about taking medication, because they had given my son a medicine one time, and he ended up in jail overnight over something he done. So medicine's really scary. I just give y'all the straight up truth out of my life, and I tell you the truth. But anyway, I went over there, and, I asked him, if he needed a ride. He said he had gas in his car, so I said, okay. So I just want to make sure you had gas and make sure you had a way to get to the bank, because you can't pay your phone bill unless you do, because he don't have no checks to write any checks out or nothing, so he'd have to pay the bill over the phone, I guess. So you ain't going to be able to do it if you don't go deposit the money in your checking account, So I went over there. He said he didn't need a ride. He had gas. So I don't know when he'll decide to get out of the house and go deposit the money. I don't know I don't know when he'll do it. But if he needs a job, so if he don't, my thing is, I went over there and asked, and he didn't go with me. He had gas, so he just didn't want to get up and go. He needs to take a bath. He needs to do his dishes. He needs to clean his house, but he's depressed. He don't want to do nothing. He's just sitting around smoking and playing video games. You're not going to, there's no point in sitting around stressing over your life. You need to get out and go deposit your money. It wouldn't take you that long. But like I said, I asked him. People got to be willing to help themselves too. I can't do everything. I'm trying to do what I can do, and that's all I can do. But he helped me when I needed help, and so I'm trying to help him out. But I'm not going to take care of somebody while they sit back and not look for a job. I'm not going to continue to do that. Because it's okay to help somebody, but you can't carry somebody on your back. You know what I mean? They got to be willing to help themselves too. There's resources out there to help him. He's just going to have to go and sign up for stuff, which is going to take a little bit of time to do. But I know there's a factory right over in Flemingsburg that hires every day. But I probably wouldn't have looked for one until after Thanksgiving, which, when Monday rolls around, he needs to be looking for a job, And if you're not, then you need to go sign up for food stamps so you can have something to eat in your house, because there is free programs to help you. He has worked in his life, so there's no reason why he can't get some help, He needs to go sign up for it. And if I was off, I would take him, but he's got gas, so therefore he should be able to go do it himself. That's the thing. And I understand depression, y'all. I know. I've been depressed twice in my life, so I know what it's like. I went through it for 7 months. It wasn't just 2 or 3 months. It was 7 months last time I got a depression spell. It was way back a year and a half ago, but, I come up out of depression, went straight into mania within a month. And I'd never been through mania, so I know what it's like to go through things. And so I'm trying to help him out, but he won't seek his self-help, but he ain't got no health insurance, but he don't have a job, so he can get a medical card, but he's one of them people never goes to the doctor. He won't try to seek himself no help, so you can't help somebody unless they're willing to help themselves, you know what I mean? They got to be willing to help themselves a little bit, and then there's not much I can do other than try to take him some cigarettes and make sure he's got food to eat and stuff like that, but I'm not going to pay his utility bills. I'm not married to him. You know what I mean? I'm not married to him. I'm not living with him. He's not my boyfriend. I'm not going to pay somebody's bills while they're just sitting there not trying to look for a job. You know what I mean? He's going to have to get up, and if he's not willing to get up and take a shower, not willing to get up and clean his house, he ain't going to look for a job. You know what I mean? If you're not going to do that. I even went over there and offered to help him clean his house up. I offered to do the dishes. There's quite a few of them. He wouldn't let me do it. But he won't do it. And I know what it's like when you're depressed, because you don't want to do nothing. I know. I've been there. But you got to be willing to try to help yourself. He's going to have to get up and do something, either that or seek a self-help and go somewhere and see if they can't put him on some medication. But he's got a pacemaker, so I don't know if there's anything they can put him on. But, I try to help him. That's all I can do. You know what I mean? But I can't pay all his bills. There's no way I can afford to do that. But anyway, y'all, I just wanted to let you know that God loves you. Hope y'all had a happy Thanksgiving. And I just wanted to speak a few things to give you free resources if you need that help. There is resources out there if you need help. But you got to be willing to get up and go sign up for them. You got to be willing to go sign up. You got to be willing to go seek yourself some help. When you're going through mental issues, you got to seek yourself some help. You can't expect somebody just to pay all your stuff. You know what I mean? If somebody will help you, but you got to be willing to help yourself. You can only do so much. You can't drag somebody along on your back all the time. You got to be willing to help yourself. You know what I mean? And I know what it's like to be depressed, because I've been depressed. So nobody can tell me any more than I already know how bad it is, how the anxiety is, especially when you're depressed. But God says you got to be trying to help. You got to try to help yourself too. People out there will help you, but they ain't going to continue to if you're not willing to seek yourself help. You got to seek yourself help too. Whether you have insurance or not, you need to seek yourself help, because there's a primary plus out here. Even if you have insurance or not, if you have a mental issue, they will take you in. They will help you out. You know what I mean? You may have to pay the bill eventually, but the thing of it is, primary plus has a sliding scale fee. And it goes by your income. So he has no money coming in, so he could seek his self-help and be seen without insurance and pay a low cost. But he probably don't have the money to pay that, but they won't make you pay it right then if you don't have the money. When he got a job later on down the road, then he could pay it back. There are ways to seek your self-help. You cannot just sit around and not do anything to try to help yourself, because people are not going to continue to help you if you're not going to help yourself. You have got to help yourself. God says you need to help yourself too. I know that it sucks when you're depressed. Trust me, I know, because I've been there. I know what it's like, but you have to get up and do for yourself. You have to try to. I worked for 7 months being depressed. It sucked. But I should have sought myself help and went and tried to get put on some medication or something, or at least went and tried to talk to somebody. Yeah, it was bad. It really was. So I know what it's like. I know it ain't easy, but I know I offered to clean his house up for him. I offered to take him to the bank to deposit his money. He didn't want to do it. So if you're not willing to help yourself, I can't keep doing it. He needs to seek his self-help, and he will not do it. And, I learned from my mistakes that if I'm down, I got to seek my self-help, whether I got insurance or not. There's things out there to help you, but you got to seek the help, But anyway, if there's anybody out there who's not been saved. And I want to take this time to ask if you would ask Christ into your heart, and if you truly are sorry for your sins and you believe that Jesus died on the cross and that he arose from the dead 3 days later, then you're saved. So until next time, peace, love, and I hope y'all got some important information this. Be blessed.